Hello, I'm Bob Murray with USA Coaches Clinics. We're pleased that you've gotten this DVD to look at, and perhaps you'll be able to gain a great many ideas that will help you in your own program when you get back home. These are designed to help you as a coach pick out the things that you can put into your program and be a better teacher and help your kids. We're pleased that you're here at the clinic and hope you'll enjoy this.
The main thing I was going to talk about today is the play-action passing game, and basically just to get right into it, I was going to get right into the tape, talk about some of the plays that we've run in the past, and along the way, any questions you have on anything as far as the plays, while we run it, protections, whatever, feel free to holler it out, and we'll move along that way. But basically, just want to go right into the tape, play-action. Last year we weren't as efficient in the play-action game, and it's probably because we didn't run the football very good and didn't run it enough. So I think we got to get back to, in order to be good at play action, you got to run the football, have success at it, attack the defense in the running game, and then you can get some shots down the field. Last year we got stuck because we didn't run the ball in a lot of cover 2 situations, a lot of drop 8 situations, a lot of drop 9 situations where basically you're throwing against coverage and you're not going to be successful that way. So I think if you want to be good at the play action, you got to be somewhat of a running team and be able to run the football, and then you can get your one-on-one matchups on the outside. First play we got, we're in a 2-back set, 3 wideouts. We'd like to run a protection. Our lead draw was 42 and 43, so our play action was 142 and 143. And sometimes, especially the better teams you play, and the higher up you get, especially in the NFL, a lot of these corners are good at 3-step reading the quarterback. So in some of our quick game, we would call 142 firm and 143 firm, depending on what side we were making the fake. Basically, it's a way to throw the quick game, but have a quick little draw fake so the corner cannot 3-step read the quarterback. So right here, this would be called spread left, 143 firm hitch. And really all we tell the quarterback here is if we got one-on-one in the boundary, we're going to take it, the shorter throw. If not, we're going to throw the hitch to the field. So it's just a quick little token fake. The backs cheat up a little bit to sell the run, and we're throwing the ball to the outside. Now, this play was really good for us for 4 years. Last year, because we didn't run the ball as much, the only thing where it's not good is cover 2 situations. But if you're running the ball in a tight end and 2 backs, or even 3 wides and 2 backs, then this play can work for you. So you just had to be alert to cover 2 situations, and that's the key situation. It can't work. But right now, as a quarterback, he's thinking, I'm going to have one-on-one into the boundary possibly. This team right here is the bowl game. It's the Orange Bowl. They like to dog somebody from the outside and then click somebody in the boundary. So he's pretty much geared into throwing this ball to the field if he thinks he's getting pressure from the field. So here it comes on the outside. So he knows I could have a clicker into the boundary. So he's going one-on-one to the field. There's a quick little token fake, 1, 2, 3, hit the back foot, cut it loose to the field. So 143 protection, basically the line's working to the first linebacker to the weak side, and then the backs are going Mike to Sam to the strong side. Quarterback does a good job here, and we work it quite a bit, of being able to throw the football down the field with guys coming at your face and staying focused on the receiver. So still he stays balanced, he has good follow through, and he cuts it loose to the field for the hitch. We pick up about 10 yards here, and we'd like to pick up at least 9 yards on every hitch. If we're throwing it on time, and that our hitches are at 6 yards, if we're throwing on time, we feel like we should be able to pick up an extra 3 yards after the hitch. Okay, here we're running against West Virginia. We're running out of slot, so we're basically this would be slot left, 142 firm hitch, and he knows right now I'm going one-on-one to the outside. Get one single high look. As you can see, the linebackers are filling. Just a little token fake. Holds the strong safety briefly as well. Now we can cut it loose to the outside. 1, 2, 3, plant, cut it loose. Tailed off a little bit on him, but still we get about 7 or 8 yards on that one. Okay, a lot of times we run it with the tight end. The 7-man protection actually now becomes an 8-man protection. We're just throwing the ball to the outside. So it's good versus all blitzes. Okay, what we've got running right here now in the drop back game a little bit, sorry, not drop back, but the 5-step play action. We're in a running set with 2 tight ends, 2 backs, and a receiver. Okay, we got, so this would be tight left, Z half, 143, Y hook, Z post. So basically this play is built for quarters. Mostly we want to bring the tight end up 10 yards. He's going to hook in, okay, and expect the ball. He's going to run a 12-yard stick it post to the outside. Both backs are going to block. This tight end on the backside is going to check the 4th defender, and then you're going to run a corner around the backside to control the backside safety as well. Okay, now the tight end does have the option. He's going to hook in. If he knows for sure it's man, we give him the opportunity to break out as well. But really, we're trying to throw the post over top. Now, one thing we do teach on our post is, a lot of times teams say throw the ball to the goal post, and that's all fine. But when we're running this play, we're trying to beat quarters or cover 0, where safeties are biting down for the run. And a lot of time these corners can catch up if you throw them at a real high angle. So on some of these shots, we teach to throw that post a little bit more on the line. Doesn't have to be a hard line, but not a deep post, but a pretty good shot velocity, and throw him across the field away from the corner. Especially against these guys. This against Miami. We played them 2 years ago at home, and I think we won 35-10 or something like that. But we played a pretty good game. But these guys are fast, so you got to throw them away from the field, away from the corner, so he can't catch up. So he does a good job here of putting it on his body, throwing him across the field, away from the corner. Otherwise, that corner will catch up and make the play. Okay, so same protection. Okay, center's working the first linebacker to the weak side. Backs are going 1 to 2 strong. They'll pick two of any 3 guys up strong. The tight end's checking the 4th blitzer to run his route. Quarterback does a good job, once again, putting it on a line across the field. That's the exact trajectory we want and the perfect placement for the ball. Good follow through, good setup. Okay, basically the same set, show and run. Okay, 10-yard hook, post over top, check the 4th defender, run the corner out. Backs will check 1 to 2 strong to their check downs. Tight left, 143, Y hook Z post. Good job putting it on them across the field, and then we get a touchdown. Good fake, draw the linebackers up, good follow through. We work that hard with our quarterbacks, following through, keeping our eyes downfield, not worrying about the rush, hands, people flying in front of your face. So he does a good job of here, standing in there, putting it on them. 5-yard line, same formation, same play. Z half, 142 Y hook Z post. Does a good job of getting up on the safety, and then he does a good job too. This backside safety realizes what we're doing a little bit, so instead of bringing him across, he kind of keeps him a little more flat and throws it away from this backside safety. Good catch as well. Here, this team played their safeties a little bit deeper, even though it's quarters, maybe even play a little bit of 2 with it. So now we run this play out of this set right here, a normal, what we would call right formation, where you have 2 receivers, a tight end. So we're going to have the same combination, a post here, 10-yard hook by the tight end. Now, we run what we call a circus route on the backside. So what that tells this ex-receiver is all he does is think this. If there's a 2 safety look, I'm going to stem in, push up, get him, and run the corner out, period. Whether it's 2 safety look, corners off, corners pressed, quarters, cover 2, it doesn't matter. He sees a safety to his side, a 2 safety look, he's going to stem in and get him and pull him out of there. If they go to 1 high, or they start in 1 high, then he's going to run a 15-yard comeback, okay, 15-yard comeback. So that's his read on a circus route. 2 high, go get him, run a corner. 1 high, press or off, he's got a 15-yard comeback. So as a quarterback, if we do get 1 high, it's really not what we're looking for. We're going to look for the tight end right out of the break. If these linebackers bite up in 1 high, If not, we know we're going right now one-on-one to the X. So right now for the quarterback, he's thinking too high, the safety's deep. Okay, so all I'm doing is now going here to the check downs. The fullback is going to check, go weak into the flat. Tailback's going to check his protection, go strong into the flat to pry that open for the hook. Now, he could have pulled the trigger with his back to him, but he didn't like it. He does a good job of pulling that safety, but this safety's, they've seen this play enough. He's playing deep. So he sits in the pocket and finds the check down, and we pick up 20 yards on that. Okay, we teach our quarterbacks too, you know, we like to do everything in rhythm on timing. Okay, so he's stepping up, he's looking, he's staying in a throwing position, then eventually the clock has to go off. So when we do that, normally when you go to scramble, there are 45-degree angles that you can kind of scramble at. So he does a good job of here scrambling at a 45-degree angle but staying in the throwing position. We always want our eyes downfield until we pass the line of scrimmage, and then we can tuck it. But we want to be able to locate the checkdowns before we run the ball unless you have a running quarterback. So we did a good job of here. The clock goes off, locate the check down, 45-degree angle, give it to him. Here we're in a 3-wide set, okay? You know, they had shown coverage where they like to play one-on-one the backside, cheat this safety down for the run, and then basically play cover 2 to the field. So we went spread left, 142 X post, and that's all we called it, 142 X post. So he had a post, and they're running smash to the field. So he's going to run a corner route to hold this safety. He's going to run a 6-yard smash route. Backs will run the complementary checkdowns. So all we're trying to do is we know that this guy likes to support the run, make the fake right at him, throw the post over top. But we wanted to run a corner out to just make sure this safety had something to look at, some candy to look at over there. Once again here, you see him. It's not a deep, tight post route we want. We want to put that ball on him before that backside safety gets over there to make the play. Spread left, 142 X post. Invite that safety down, throw the post on him across the field, get it on him. That's a good spot for the ball. Great catch and good job of finishing. Okay, right here, this is 2 years ago. This is the only game we lost that year. We lost at Rutgers, kind of let it slip away, but basically this is the first play of the game. So this is slot left, 142. I think this play is dipper, 142 dipper. So dipper to us is basically double post. So he's going to run a post, he's going to run a post. Now, with us, the only post that converts for us is when we call dipper. And all that means is versus cover 2, he's going to take the middle and he's going to run down the sideline. Got a corner out on the backside to hold that safety. All right, that linebacker's running with us, so it's a little bit longer throw than we want. He does a good job of throwing it out there. X does a good job of getting in the fade hole, holding that safety briefly. And we get a big play, first play of the game. Okay, linebackers are coming downhill. Great protection. Good job, even though he's got some trash in front of him, keeping our eyes downfield. Good job getting on the backside safety. And now we're splitting him and then going down the sideline with some checkdowns underneath. Okay, this one here, I think we're running, this would be strong, slot right, 142 dual takeoff. So here we're getting a vertical up the seam, go route. He's going up the seam, and we're going to slide him. We call dual. Now it becomes a 6-man protection where the line's working to the first linebacker weak, and this back's checking him to anything outside. He's free releasing down the sideline. So we're just trying to get 4 verticals with him sneaking out of the backfield and doing it off play action. Once again, does a pretty good job of putting that ball on the running back. You know, we tell our quarterbacks with running backs and tight ends, don't be leading them too much. Put it on their body. And this is more of a drill shot over the linebacker, but before the safety gets there. so that'd be slot right, 142 dual, all go. Meaning we're trying to get 4 verticals, sneak it back out of the backfield. This play here is just basically we're motioning to a strong right. We're running 142. We called it kitty. It's basically 15-yard comebacks on the outside. Tight end has a middle read. So if it's cover 2 or the safety split, he can take the middle. If it's a single safety or there's a safety sitting right over top of him, then he'd break it off at 10 to 12 yards. Backs will run their check down. So as a quarterback, we're trying to throw one-on-one on the outside, but if it is cover 2, you'll get a 2-on-1 ball on this safety with check downs underneath. Here, the team's trying to play quarter halves, but this safety plays a little bit wide, so basically he just takes the middle anyway. Quarterback does a good job of putting it on him. So that was just Y-mo to strong right, 142 kitty. Okay, good solid 7-man protections. Okay, backs are checking out. Good spot for the ball. This might be 142 comeback. So comebacks for us are at 18 yards, basically the same type of play. 142 comeback, Y-mo to black or Y-mo to right, 142 comeback, 18-yarders, and then the middle read by the tight end. Backs are checking underneath. Okay, here, quarterback basically says, okay, the safety rotation is weak. I'm going to come back to the field or come back to the strong side. I'm sorry, this is actually our 15-yarder, so this is 142 kitty. Okay, now we're already getting cover 2. So on cover 2, we got 142 comeback called. Tight end down the middle. He's going to convert. Okay, this corner is squeezing, so he may have ran his route, but he should convert. He's converting. Check downs underneath. As a quarterback, we want to come right off the fake and cover 2, peek down the middle in case the linebackers have bit. Okay, if they do, and the safety squeezes, then we take another hitch and gun it down the sideline. If the linebackers don't bite, then we're going to look downfield, but we're going to have check downs underneath just in case. Okay, good protection, good one hitch, on time, right over top of the linebackers, slight arc, and then right on his body. All right, the next kind of protection we use in our one back to throw play action is what we call load right or load left. And really it's very similar to 7-man protection. The tight end is staying in, and you're going to have either a second tight end or a third receiver that's going out on the route. So really all we're doing is turning from the first uncovered to the strong side, tight end staying in and blocking, the back's checking strong to outside. Okay, so it's basically a 7-man protection. We're making somewhat of a draw fake. And then occasionally we'll make some type of a counter fake too, but really here we're just making a draw fake. So this would be right race, load right, comeback. Okay, so we're going to have comebacks on the outside, 18-yarders, middle read by the second tight end, and then the back will check his protection to check down over the ball. Really, they're just playing a form of cover 3. They're clicking the defensive end out to the weak side. Quarterback does a good job of, we tell our quarterbacks now, sometimes when you get a defensive end or even a linebacker that's dropping, a lot of times they'll level off. So on comebacks, it's not directly a drill shot. We want a little bit of arc. We want to throw it over that linebacker. So some quarterbacks will see this guy dropping and then come off of it. Well, we have to realize he's going to settle eventually, throw it over top of his head to the sideline. Okay, now this guy buzzes pretty far, so that's pretty, there you might have to come to the check down, but here, throw it over top of his head to the sideline on time. If you miss, just throw it out of bounds. That's a good job throwing it to the sideline, miss to the outside. Okay, here, so it's one back, 7-man protection again for play action. We would call this wing right, load right, kitty. Kitty are shorter comebacks at 15. He's got the middle read, kitty route, Back will check his protection, laid over the ball. His team's playing quarter, half, so he knows he's got one-on-one to the field, but he's got to throw it over that flat defender. He's got to throw it over that flat defender. Does a good job of throwing it on time, takes one hitch, knows right where he's going with it. Okay, good solid protection, plenty of room to make the throw, cut it loose to the outside. We're running the same one-back, 7-man protection, and then we're just trying to run go routes on the outside. 2 years ago, West Virginia always played with a single safety, and he normally played right in the middle of the field regardless of where the ball was. So we wanted to give our 6'5" receiver a chance versus this shorter corner. We also have a good receiver over here as well. This past year, they had a great year. They played a lot more cover 2, and they were very good at it. So I think they made some adjustments in defensively that helped their defense. They did a great job stopping Oklahoma in the bowl game, and we played them tight. We had them in the fourth quarter, and they ended up beating us, but they mixed in a lot more cover 2 against us than they ever have. I think it was probably 90% of the snaps. Where this year, 2 years ago, it was all single high look. Okay, right here, quarterback knows, hey, he steps up in the pocket well. He really doesn't have him beat, but he says, let me just give him a chance to make a play. Okay, back should be checking out to that outside blitzer. But the quarterback does a good job knowing outside pressure, up in the pocket, 2 hands on the ball, cut it loose, just give him a chance, especially when you got a mismatch. The play action we ran out of 2-back, 142 Y hook Z post. This is our 1-back way of running it. So this would be called low left R hook Z post. So the second tight end's got a 10-yard hook route, post over top. This backside X has a circus route. So if there's a 2 safety look, stem in, get him and run a corner out. 1 high look, press or off, 15-yard comeback. So the quarterback knows, okay, I'm going to give a quick peek at this guy. If I don't like it, go right now to the one-on-one matchup. Okay, good protection. When he step up in the pocket, throw the one-on-one matchup. He's not wide open, but throw him to the sideline. Throw him to the sideline. Okay, now a lot of times when you ask our offensive line coach, he loves 142 protection, low protection because it's a 7-man protection, and they can picks up pretty much anything. So we try to think of a few more plays out of this. I think right here we've got 2 tight end set, 2 receivers. So this would just be right Z half, load right Z over. So on Z over, okay, it's a 7-man protection. This tight end will just chip his way out because he's got really a free release, but he's going to chip his way out into the flat. Kind of a deep post over top. The Z is going to run an over route. So as a quarterback, we're going to make a fake to the back. We'll take a quick peek at the post. If it's wide open, we'll take it. If it's not, we're going over route. If they drop in the flat coverage, then we got the tight end into the flat, and then you also could have this back check and laid over the ball. Okay, sometimes we use, like I said, a counter fake with that action instead of a draw fake, just to suck those linebackers in a little bit more. He's taking a quick peek over the top, doesn't like it. Now we're throwing this over route, throw him across the field. Great protection, plenty of room to throw the ball. And then we're just throwing them across the field. It is a 7-step drop sometimes for us, but it's a smooth, smaller 7, and we're throwing the ball, cutting it loose. All right, here is, I think, the last play of the half versus West Virginia. We're in a 3-wide set with a tight end. It's the same protection. This is load right, X dipper. So we're going to have double post. And then on the backside dipper, we ran a circus route. So if it was too high look, he tried to get him. If If it was one high, he ran a 15-yard comeback. But we're running the same protection out of gun. When we ran out of gun, we just aborted the fake, but it was just a 7-man protection. So basically, we're just trying to cut it loose down the field, block it up. So he's taking the middle, and we throw him in there. So this would be called doubles right, load right, X dipper. Good job of sliding into the pocket slightly, but not too much, and cutting it loose down the middle. Here we're running a form of a deep cross by our receivers. This is going to be doubles right, Z half, load right, dagger. Okay, dagger to us is a deep post by the X, slot receiver or second backside tight end, and the Z are going to mesh at 10 to 12 yards right over the ball, and we're going to have deep crossing routes. The back is going to check this one here. He's going to check over the ball on this play action, and we're just trying to throw the ball down the field. A lot of this play action really about 3 years ago we went and studied the Colts, and it was what they were running quite a bit with Peyton Manning and Marvin Harrison and those guys. So we're making a counter fake by the quarterback and back. Okay, deep post, we're trying to get a mesh. We'd like to be a little bit tighter on the mesh, but still we're getting a deep crossing route, which are tough to cover in quarters with these safeties. Quarterback does a great job moving in the pocket. You know, this route takes a while, so you got to be able to protect. Quarterback knows, hey, I got to be able to, when I get to the end of that drop, I got to move up in the pocket, find a lane, and just somehow allow the route to work, because it'll work normally unless you get cover 2 sometimes. This is at South Florida. Okay, so doubles right, Z half, load right, Z dagger. Okay, good movement in the pocket. Good follow through, even though he's not throwing perfectly balanced, and throwing him across the field. Okay, here we're running load right, comeback out of a 3-by-1 set. So this would be tray right, load right, comeback. Okay, Kentucky's playing quarter, quarter, half. Quarterback has to move, or he picks the wrong side. I'm not for sure what he did here. He might have saw the flat defender going out there a little bit. Just stays on the move. Does a good job keeping his eyes downfield, running full speed, getting his shoulder square, making a throw. Receiver coming back to the ball. Okay, pretty good protection. Just didn't like that look over there. The clock goes off. It's either going to go at a 45-degree angle, get outside the pocket, start to get downhill, eyes downfield, be alive. Good throw. Once again, any route combination you can think of. So here we got doubles right, load right is the call, okay? So here we're running what we call rocket. So rocket to us is he's going to run a 12-yard mini comeback and go. 12-yard mini comeback and go. 12-yard mini comeback and go. He's got the middle read. So cover 2, he can take the middle. Anything else, he'll break it off. Now you have to be able to throw the ball down the field quite a bit, but he does a good job here, selling it. Not a whole lot of room on the sideline, but he does a good job of throwing him up the field and not throwing it out of bounds. This is the Orange Bowl 2 years ago. It's a big play for us. Good protection, plenty of room to throw, good patience, and you just got to gun it up the field. All right, we talked about the dagger play for us, which was a deep crossing route and a post over top. Here we're running the same play out of 2 backs, so this would be strong spread right, 136 X dagger. So we're going to have a deep post over top. The X and the inside receiver are going to mesh at 10 to 12 yards. This back's going to check, go into the flat, check, through. Once again, this play takes a little while, so you got to protect, find a throwing lane as the quarterback. Okay, not great mesh, but still, receivers are going to do a good job of running fast across the field, staying alive and ready for the ball. Okay, good protection, good pocket movement, way to throw them across the field. Basically, I think this is the same play. So we're going weak spread left. Okay, motion the fullback across. 137X dagger. These guys are going to mesh 10 to 12 yards over the ball. Deep post over top. This back's going to check into the flat. Check right through. That's good mesh right there. Okay, perfect mesh, good timing, throw them across the field. Here we'll just look at a little bit of our naked game. We'll obviously run the naked the most common way that most people run it, where you're always going to have somebody into the flat. You're going to have a crossing route, and either a deep comeback or a corner route or a go route, whatever you run, and then a backside post. Normally selling inside zone, outside zone, and running the naked opposite. I think this tape has a little bit of a few different adjustments off of it to just try to be creative and create some mismatch. So right here, we have man coverage. We're going to motion the Z across. 5 naked Z tunnel, meaning we're going to have a backside corner route, sneak him through, and then a crossing route. Different ways to fake the ball. This past year, we did a little more of the common fake, where we got the ball, we opened up, sold inside zone, stuck our outside foot in the ground, came around. Before, in the past, we utilized a good fake, where the quarterback would take the ball, he would extend the ball, and then he would pull the ball back in. His head, eyes would follow his hand into the hole, and then he would carry out the fake. But a very effective fake. We used to use this quite a bit. Didn't use it as much this year, but either side, we'd use it either side. We'd bring that ball right into, follow our hand, our eyes and head would follow our hand right into the hole, and then we'd carry it out. Different ways to fake. The quarterback we had before Brown was a very athletic guy, great faker, and he utilized that fake to perfection. Solo right Z half, 339 naked right Z sneak. Does a pretty good job here on the fake. Back does a good job rolling over the ball, pumping his arms, selling like he's got the ball, line staying low, selling inside zone, outside zone. Okay, here our short yardage, I think this is 3rd and 1. Okay, we're in a 2 tight end set, 2 backs. Motioning him across, trying to sell the run this way, making the fake, fullback sneaking through again, tight end on the corner route. Actually, you know what? He may be on a crossing route here to create a pick for the X, but the back sneaking across into the flat, away from the fake. The previous one where the tight end ran a corner route we called tunnel. This one here we call tube. The only difference when we call tube for the tight end is he is trying to run a crossing route, a shallow crossing route, to create a pick or to get into the linebacker's way who has the back man-to-man. So that's really our reason for doing that. We like it versus man coverage, where he's just trying to run through that linebacker, whoever has that weak side back, so we can get him into the flat. This will be weak text right, T-fly, 339 naked right, tube. So here we're in a 3 wide set. We're doing it out of bunch. So we're just going bunch left, Y return, 339 naked right, sneak. 339 naked right, sneak. He's sneaking across the formation. He's got a comeback. If we got in the red zone, we gave him a whirly bird, which basically meant outside release, run to 3 yards before the back of the end zone, 3 steps across, and then pivot back out. Crossing route, post route. Pretty good mesh by the quarterback and back. As far as fundamentals for the quarterback, when we teach the nakeds too, we work quite a bit on throwing the football on the run, even though we don't roll out a whole lot with nakeds and things like that. We work quite a bit throwing on the run just in case of scrambles. But the one thing we teach throwing on the run is I want the quarterback to be relaxed. I want his upper body to be relaxed. And when he's running, I don't want him holding the ball stiff. I want him moving his arms just like he would be running if he was normally running, except now he has the ball in his hand. Okay? So we teach the quarterback inside the tight end box. When you're running, 2 hands are always on the ball. If you get outside the tight end box and you want, then the other hand can come off and it can be like you're running. But we want to be running, our arms moving, throwing the opposite way, and then everything's in rhythm. Everything's in rhythm. So we want to be moving, 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 everything in rhythm, boom. So we don't want to get stiff and get tight, and then that causes a bad throw. But we want everything relaxed and moving, in rhythm, fluid, and then it just makes the throw that much easier. Okay, here is a goal line naked play that we like to run. Here we're going to run basically inside zone to the left, naked across. All right, we teach this tight end here to run right through the man guarding this tight end. So he's going to run right through him, bang him, and then run across. But he wants to hit him, the defender guarding this tight end, hit him, come across. Backside tight end is going to be your second read on the drag. This tight end is going to block down for a hard 2 count, sneak into the flat. So right here you can see basically he blocks the defender off of the other tight end and comes across. Now we got an easy throw for a touchdown. Good job of there, knocking him out of the way. Easy touchdown. This one here, we call this 339 or 5, whatever you call your zone to the weak side. Okay, naked wide delay. So on wide delay, we either have a fullback offset to the tight end, or he can be in a wing alignment. So we're going to fake zone away, and that either offset fullback or wing is going to run a wheel route. It's going to run a wheel route to try to get that flat defender out of there. This tight end is going to block down, run a shoot route into the flat, crossing route. So really when we call naked wide delay for the quarterback, we're trying to clear out that side for the tight end to run that flat route, and then we got a drag by the backside receiver. Tight end does a good job of blocking down, being patient, pushing off, going right into the flat. right, here we're running naked tube again, which tube means to us, for us, we're going to have a tight end trying to pick to create that sneak route into the flat, backside coming across. Just trying to create some misdirection for the defense as much as we can. Okay, and then here's just our normal 339 or 5 naked, where we have the tight end blocking down into the flat, backside tight end on the crossing route. Come back or whirly bird by the outside receiver, depending on how tight you are, and post on the backside. Okay, we want to make sure that our line is coming off the ball. We teach low hats. We don't want to raise up and make it obvious. Come off the ball, cell zone, low hat, running back, hit the hole, good track, roll over the football, pump the outside arm, quarterback make the fake, get a little bit of an arc, and start to get downhill so we make an accurate throw. Now, normally we'll go low to high on our nakeds. If it's in the flat, we don't want to pass it up. They jump that, then we go with the crossing route. If that's not there, we have a deep comeback on the outside. If we do tag something to it on the outside, then we may give it a peek high before we come back low. But on normal naked games, we're just trying to get some misdirection, and we just want to get a completion and get yards. So we don't want to pass up the man in the flat. Okay, right here, here's what we got. Basically, we call this power passes is what we call it. Power pass to us is off of our power run. Okay, we're going to pull the backside guard. Now, we didn't run this play this past year. The 4 years under Coach Petrino, we ran power pass quite a bit, very successful for us, and we never ran the power play. But it still was a very good play. So if you run power, it's a great play off of it. Really, all it meant to us, we called power pass. The Z was either going to motion in tight, motion across, somehow get into tight end alignment, run a corner route. Front side tight end, just like he would on power, blocking down, he was going to come down hard, run a crossing route, create a pick for the X to come underneath. Fullback was going to slide into the flat. Tailback was going to roll over for the power block. Okay, pulling the backside guard, selling the power, and we called power pass. The quarterback always, I'm staying on the move, staying on the move. So on power pass, we did take a quick look at the corner route, then we went right into the flat and then to the X coming across. So this would be slot right, zoom, power pass right. Okay, all we're doing here is running a wing set. We're running 5 naked sneak. So sneak just tells this guy he's coming across the formation of the flat. We just ran naked without sneak. It's normally the flat's going to be on the same side. We call sneak whether he's in a wing, a strong alignment, he's sneaking across into the flat. Crossing route, deep comeback, post. This is wing left, 5 naked sneak, or 339 naked right sneak. Does a good job of avoiding the defensive end. This one where we call naked sneak with basically a corner out on the backside, there's a very good tendency that the end's going to come upfield because this guy's releasing outside, so that creates him to hesitate for a second. So this one's a little tougher. We didn't run this one a whole lot, but we thought we'd get man coverage and be able to sneak him through there. And we did, but we didn't pick up much yards and we took a pretty good shot. You know, this one here we're probably getting a little too fancy. Getting bored with the other ones because the other ones we run the most, but this was just a change up. A lot of times we like to call tube with a sneak because just by him releasing hard inside, it causes him to get tighter. By him going outside, it's a tough thing. think this is power pass. You know, we wanted our tight end to block as hard as he could coming down trying to run his crossing route. We didn't want him to avoid. We wanted to sell the power. Like I said, even though we didn't run it, would just come down hard, make contact, and then come across the field. This would just be tight left, zoom, power pass right. Okay, this play, basically we call it Husky pass right. It was just a goal line play for us where we're trying to pull the side you're naked into the guard and the tackle, or sometimes based on front, just one or the other, but trying to pull him to the side the backs are going to create a flow, and then to get this guy supposed to come into the flat with the crossing route over top of him. He gets knocked down right there. Quarterback does a good job of making a play. Definitely wasn't the play call. This is out of our wing set running 339 naked right wide delay. So basically on wide delay, tells him he's going to run a wheel route. He would run a post over top. He's going to block down into the flat crossing route. Okay, here it doesn't come open. Once again, the quarterback does a good job staying on the move, running fast. Don't be pulling up, getting downhill. If it's not there, get as much yards as you can, get out of bounds, and give us 5 yards. This one here is a good changeup. It doesn't give you the sell as much because this guy's going right now on a wheel route when you're trying to fake this way. So if you have a smart linebacker, he sees that and doesn't come down as hard over the tight end. Once again, good mesh. Move, get downhill, eyes upfield, get as much as you can, get out of bounds. This next tape is really just a tape of some of our better just plays in general of fall practice, really. Doubles right, Z half, act 5 dagger. So we're getting that mesh again, post over top. Okay, great play versus quarters, pretty good play, great play versus man. Not as great versus cover 2. It can work, but not as great versus cover 3. But man and quarters, great play. The backside receiver, the slot receiver, he's trying to create a, we would call this Act 5 Z dagger, meaning Z is the primary guy we're trying to get. So either the backside tight end or slot receiver, they're trying to mesh with the backside receiver coming over top and the Z coming underneath to try to pick him open. Sometimes this guy ends up popping open. So we tell the quarterback on the read, quick peek at the post. If it's wide open, take it. If it's not wide open, don't wait on it because I don't want him reading too much. So then from there, he's going right now to read the mesh. And basically, it's a 7-man protection for us, okay? Center's going to work to the Mike, the back's got the Will, the tight end's got the Sam with the triangle combination between the guard, tackle, and tight end. For us, he's always staying in. The back's checking his way out into the flat. Quarterback always knows on these deep play actions now, it's hard to hold up a long time, so he's got to get to his depth and be able to get up in the pocket, possibly slide, move, 2 hands on the ball, throw him open. Here, we're running the same protection, doubles right, Act 5, comeback. Act 5, comeback. So we're going to have 18-yard comebacks, 18-yard comebacks, middle read by the slot receiver. If it's cover 2 and it's open, he can go down the middle. Single safety or safety over top of you, break it off. Back will check down and just run a stop route right here. So as a quarterback, if we get one-on-one, we're throwing to the outside. Once again, great job by the tight end. He's getting outside pressure. He's got the Sam. Okay, that's a tough block, so he's got to know he's got to get up in the pocket. Okay, this is our 2-back protection. It's our base 7-man protection where the center's going to work to the mic, weak back has the will to anything outside, strong back has the same anything outside, okay? So our base protection right here would be 60 protection. Okay, we're running stutter go. So stutter go means 10-yard stutters and go. 10-yard stutter and go. Middle read, check downs by the back. So right here they're going into one high zone. So you can work stutter go on either way. The corner up top is a lot tighter than this one. Great job of putting air on it and throwing it out there. Okay, base 7-man protection. Stutter go on the outside at 10 yards. Throw it out there with air. Base 7-man protection again. We're just running 15-yard comebacks on the outside. Our defense here is rolling to cover 2 to the field. Actually, they're bringing a strong side blitz, 2 guys off the edge, playing cover 2 behind it. We got one-on-one on the backside. Throw it over top the flat defender to the outside. Good protection here. 2 guys off the edge, Sam and the strong safety, rolling to cover 2 over top. Good job of throwing it over the flat defender to the outside. Okay, this is just our normal 339 naked right, so the normal way of running naked. Okay, we got man coverage, so all he knows, into the flat, no. Crossing route, yes. Come back would be number 3 on the outside. He does a good job here. The quarterback does a good job here. Fake, slight arc. Even though he's not going extremely downhill, he gets great follow through, upper body follow through, and that can compensate for some of the ability of not going downhill if your upper body still gets great follow through. Fake, move, keep your arms moving. Okay, here we're shifting. Here we're motioning to a bunch set. Okay, we're running a curl flat combination with him down the middle and just a backside go route by the X. He likes the one-on-one matchup here, so he's throwing the backside go route. So this would be, we'd call this mix to eagle right, 63 midget X go. Okay, if he doesn't like the go route one-on-one, he's going curl to flat to the strong side. This here is basically a form of we're sending 2 guys out, okay? It's good versus a lot of things, but if you get cover 2, it's not any good at all. But so we have to get out of it to a run. But we're motioning. Basically, it's a 8-man protection. It's a full slide by the line. Both tight ends are blocking the edge, and the back's going to the edge. We're running post corners on the outside by the outside receiver. We're just throwing it one-on-one down the field. So we're getting the same blitz we had earlier, the Sam and the strong safety off the edge. Playing cover 2 here to the field. So that's 2 guys guarding 1, so we're not throwing there. We're throwing the backside corner out against the backside corner. Flat defender's dropping, but he'll level off like always. So this would just be wing right, return, knock 8, post corner. Good protection, way to step up in the pocket. Full slide, protection by the line. Back's going to the edge with the tight end staying in. We're basically just running hitch. So we're getting a corner blitz here. He doesn't, that linebacker gets width. Really on hitch, here's all we teach. As far as for the quarterback, if you get one-on-one in the short side of the boundary, take it. Here, he may have looked at it, but he's coming across, so now he knows he's got one-on-one to the field. 1, 2, 3, plant, cut it loose. Okay, defense is trying to show blitz from this way, then bring the corner. 1, 2, 3, cut it loose. Okay, thanks for having me, and good luck to you. Anything you guys need from us, give us a call. If you're in town, definitely stop by and watch some tape. You're more than welcome to it anytime. Thanks.
We hope that you will benefit from purchasing this DVD, and remember to tell your friends about the DVDs that are available to help them become better coaches. We hope to see you at another clinic in the future.